we go. What is going on? Come on, crew. Welcome back to the show. I hope everybody is good. Draft week is upon us, and what are we doing? Mock Draft Monday, my final 3.0 on the mock 2025 NFL Draft. It is going to be exciting. We will see. It's a great speculation game. I got a few projected trades that could potentially happen, and we'll see how close I do get. It's always a crapshoot. There's always going to be some teams that are going to be, jumping the board, dropping the board, and it's going to be some different players on this board being selected. Some that I don't have. Hopefully, we'll see how close I do get. Let's dive in. Number 1, Tennessee Titans taking Cam Ward, and the lowest amount of hype, I think, going into this draft overall that I think I've ever seen on a potential franchise passer in somebody like a Cam Ward. Titans, they've been pretty steadfast overall in this eval, not, canceling, team practices, team tryouts for some of these rookies like Travis Hunter, like Shadir Sanders. So I think we're pretty safe to say Cam Ward is going to be the next franchise passer for these Tennessee Titans. Number 2, Cleveland Brownies, Travis Hunter. And okay, while this definitely could be the Shadir Sanders pick as well, but I mean, I won't take away from the fact that, Travis Hunter is the best player in the draft. And I mean, this is on both sides of the ball. You could utilize a player like Hunter, join the guys like Denzel Ward, help this defense out, become more dynamic, and potentially have an ability of being a wide receiver playmaker for these Brownies. I do like it quite a bit. Travis Hunter is a Cleveland Brownie. Number 3, New York Giants taking Abdul Carter. Okay, and the Giants, they could definitely go Sanders here as well. But, I mean, with the brain trust humming and hawing about the fact of the 5th-year extensions on some of their rookie contracted players like a Tibby, Carter would definitely give them an option down the road that they could hedge bet all they want, and adding more, edge rushing presence does give them more options, potential trade market as well for other players. We will see how this does go, but I mean, if Abdul Carter falls to number 3 over a Travis Hunter, I would not be surprised in this sense as well. Number 4, potential trade up for this number 4th pick with the New Orleans Saints, with those New England Patriots. A projected trade with the Patriots, like I said, who basically need everything on this roster. The Saints, they have their own issues with Derek Carr dealing with injury as well. Could linger into the season with, I believe it's a shoulder injury. I mean, they're basically nearing the end of the deal with a Derek Carr anyway. It's time for a new face of the franchise to lead this club, and Shadir Sanders could definitely be that guy if it is a projected trade up with these New England Patriots. Number 5, Jacksonville Jaguars, Will Johnson, defensive back. And it's been far too quiet. So I think, the chatter with a Will Johnson, who is my number 2 defensive back out of this class outside of a Travis Hunter. Jags could, probably go offensive line here to help protect Trevor Lawrence that much more. But adding another, big-time defensive back to help round out the defensive secondary, it's an easy pick for me for a team need and best player available on the board at defensive back. I do not dislike it. Add some elite talent. Help keep rebuilding this defensive punch with a new brain trust and regime in Jacksonville. Number 6, Las Vegas Raiders. Okay, I'll buck the trend. I could see them going in a different direction, but I think it's Ashton Jeanty. Like everybody else thinks, another one that feels like the best kept secret in the NFL draft this year. Ashton Jeanty going to these Raiders. And I mean, Jeanty, I had him at number 6 here to these Raiders on my mock draft 1.0. Switched it up, like I said, in 2.0. And this one, I'll just give Pete Carroll what he would want out of another Marshawn Lynch type of running back. Help Geno, help this offense, change the culture in Vegas. Ashton Jeanty does become the 6th overall pick to these Raiders. Number 7, New York Jets are going to take Membo, offensive tackle of Missouri. And I mean, so much drama with the Aaron Rodgers hype. I mean, the Jets overall these last several days where Aaron Rodgers went on McAfee basically saying they called him up to say, we're going in a different direction. So much drama with Aaron Rodgers still continuing. It's absolutely unbelievable. They could absolutely pick more D-line here, but making the path more successful for Justin Fields, I think, would be a top priority, and I think it would be the correct pick here. Get another offensive lineman and protect a Justin Fields. Number 8, Carolina Panthers. Mason Graham falls in their lap once again here in this mock draft. and they get another gift in a draft. They get one of the best, if not the best, defensive tackle in the whole draft class in Mason Graham, and it would adding power to this defensive front with somebody like Derek Brown would give Carolina one of the best duos in the entire NFL when it comes to the defensive front. You absolutely got to love that pickup for them. Mason Graham is a Carolina Panther. Number 9, New England Patriots on the trade back with the New Orleans Saints. Projected trade back. Ted McMillan is my selection here. They stack picks in the process, and then they get themselves a true potential alpha wide receiver in a T-Mac. And I mean, with a multitude of wide receivers this team already has, what they do not have is that true alpha that they require. Help Drake May along, becoming the guy that he will be his go-to target. Absolutely huge, man. The Patriots can stack picks, help rebuild this roster that much more, and they get somebody like T-Mac in the process. Absolute win-win-win for these New England Patriots. Number 10, Chicago Bears. Will Campbell, offensive tackle, LSU, with Genty off the board. I mean, could we see them go somebody like Omarion Hampton? Maybe, and I would not be shocked with that as well. But new head coach Ben Johnson, knowing how to build a team, it starts in the trenches. You got a multitude of weapons with Caleb Williams, with DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, DeAndre Swift. You can come back in that second round, get yourself a great running back, no kidding. And I mean, you just need a very good, I get, potential drop for a Will Campbell because of the short arms, but I think it's imperative to continue to help this offensive line keep improving in Chicago, help a Caleb Williams. Will Campbell, definitely an easy pick for me. 49ers, number 11, Walter Nolan, defensive tackle, Ole Miss. And I mean, reloading on this defensive line is an absolute no-brainer for me for these 49ers. Walter Nolan is definitely getting a lot of buzz these last several weeks. Could find himself a day one starter on this defense as well. 49ers get a big plug-and-play piece in this draft process. Dallas Cowboys, number 12, would not be shocked to see a trade back for these Cowboys as well, but they're going to go offensive tackle Kelvin Banks, Texas product. Okay, and they could definitely, like I'm saying, they could definitely trade back, but fixing the offensive line with the retirees that they had, the aging, players that they did have. Okay, offensive line, it's not necessarily sexy for these Cowboys, but it's one move that they're definitely going to have to do this year to help protect a Dak Prescott and open up some running lanes for their new running backs. Miami Dolphins, Matthew Golden, wide receiver, could be a shocker to a lot of y'all, and listen to my rationale here. It may shock people in the draft, but with all this buzz talking about potentially trading a Tyreek Hill, knowing that Coach McDaniel, he's going to be on the hot seat, and he loves speed, this could be an absolute match made in heaven, potentially seeking a trade partner for Tyreek Hill while getting a wide receiver with 4.29 wheels. If they can find a trade partner for Tyreek and pick a Golden, I think it's going to be instant similarities to this offense. Leave it no worse for wear with a Jalen Waddle time, and a Matthew Golden still keeps the speed going the way that Coach McDaniel likes it. Number 14, Indianapolis Colts, Tyler Warren, tight end. This one seems a little high for me, but with somebody like Daniel Jones, Daniel Penny's likely going to be the starting quarterback this year unless Anthony Richardson shows out in training camp. I would like to give the Colts a little bit more defense here, but I mean, finally, I got to say, I'm going to put Tyler Warren here. He could be a great fill-in play here. Danny Penny's, again, with Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, AD, JT. Warren would be an absolute great fit to get this offense rounded out, and the only thing they really require at this point is going to be that true franchise passer. So, I mean, basically, with all this talent, with a Warren, with who they got on this team, I could basically be the quarterback playing for the Colts, and I could make this offense move. So Danny Penny's, he's going to have a very good offense around him with a Tyler Warren. Number 15, Atlanta Falcons, Jalen Walker, edge rusher from Georgia, the UGA Bulldogs. Falcons could definitely go DB here, but landing one of the best edge players in this draft, it's going to be a welcome sight, man. I mean, Walker is a baller, and I mean, he's going to add something to the Raheem defense as well. Definitely an easy pick and a need for these Falcons. Arizona Cardinals, Mike Green, edge rusher, Marshall, and I think, Marshall's going to, Mike Green's going to rise up these boards as well. He is one of these twitched-up players, probably one of the bigger twitched-up guys in this draft, can get after the quarterback off that edge, make a lot of plays in the sack department and would help out these Cardinals in a big way, fixing their rushing problems on the defensive side as they do enter year 2 in that new regime. So it is going to be one player I do want to keep an eye on, Mike Green. I'm a big fan and think that he's going to turn a lot of heads in the NFL. Number 17, Cincinnati Bengals taking Barron, defensive back from Texas. O-line and defensive back is legitimately the only logical pick here, choice for these Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, they're opening up the checkbook for Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Fix your damn defense so Joey B and company have a fighting chance week in, week out. Barron from Texas would definitely fill a need and give them a sound player on the defensive side. Number 18, Seattle Seahawks taking Jihad Campbell, linebacker, Alabama. I dropped Jihad out of this my mock draft 2.0, but I got to put him back in here. This pick makes a lot of sense for the Seattle Seahawks. Get themselves another option, a potential 10-year hot superstar at linebacker. And Seattle fans, I mean, you won't be disappointed with the selection. Once you see Campbell on the field, his versatility definitely on display. You can put him all over the place, and he will make a lot of plays. Keep building out the defense. As the offense, they're going to see what they're going to get with a Sam Darnold. Number 19, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Luther Burden, the third wide receiver, Missouri. I know, I get it. Maybe this will be the shock of the first round. The Buccaneers going with somebody like Luther Burden amidst all the draft trash talk Luther has seen. We see that, Mike Evans on the definite back nine of his career. Chris Godwin dealing with a multitude of injuries. Yes, they did score on a Jalen McMillan, who was my guy last year. He broke out and looked good. You add somebody like a Luther with a McMillan, the future with Baker is definitely going to be wonderful. And I think that you add a guy like him on this offense who can do a lot of good things well. You're hedge betting with a Chris Godwin, who I believe only got his franchise tag. Check me on that. I don't recall if he did sign a long-term deal, but this would give them a definite ups in their wide receiver room. Number 20, Denver Broncos going to Marion Hampton, running back, North Carolina. You guys know he's my top back out of this class. And I mean, I could make the case even for Sean Payton taking somebody like a Trevion Henderson here, because it gives him that, super quick running back that he requires, like he's had in the past. The Alvin Kamara's, guy can catch with speed type of guy, but you got Marion Hampton, true 3-down back, that could absolutely help out the cause with a bow. I mean, he's a volume back, insert day one lead back abilities. Marion Hampton would definitely fill in with a Bo Nix and company as this offense in Denver continues to round out. Number 21, Minnesota Vikings projected trade up with these Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're going to go Nick Amanwari. I mean, definitely for me, you go and you grab one of the best safeties, if not the best safety in this class. I love me some Amanwari. I think he's so damn good, such a playmaker on the defensive side of the ball. You can put him anywhere basically on this field, in the box, in the back. He's going to make a lot of plays. And imagine Amanwari with a Harrison Smith on the field. Even though Smith is on the back nine, he definitely could pass the reins eventually, but this is an instant win on a Minnesota Vikings secondary that has a lot of holes after this free agency. Number 22, Los Angeles Chargers, Samir Stewart, edge rusher, Texas A&M, replacing Bosa's a big one for me. Should be a top priority, and seeing Stewart fall into their lap right here, I think there's a ton of upside with this pick as well. What is he, 6'5"? This guy's an absolute behemoth, and he can learn from somebody like Khalil Mack, rebuild his pass rushing presence, and get this guy to play like a Khalil Mack in the long term before Mack does retire on himself. I do like Stewart to these Chargers. Would be a big get for them on the defensive front. Number 23, Green Bay Packers, Trey Amos, defensive back, Ole Miss. Sorry, Bills fans. I know a lot of y'all want Amos to come to Buffalo. I think his value is definitely going to continue to rise in this draft. The Packers, I mean, they could add also defensive rush presence here as well, but still with the looming, Jari Alexander issues, they need to definitely hedge bet here, grab a high-rising defensive back, like I said, with Amos. And, I mean, he's extremely talented, would be fighting for a role day one. And if Jari does get traded, released, or sit out this season, we will see a big-time fit for a Trey Amos. Number 24, Pittsburgh Steelers, with that projected trade back with the Minnesota Vikings. They require desperately a lot of picks, and they desperately require a quarterback. They're going to go Jalen Milroe, Alabama. And, I mean, huge rushing upside, compete with somebody like a Mason Rudolph. They had somebody like a Justin Fields and decided to let him go. Could Milroe, as he is, rising up the board as well, a lot of people talking up his game, that his rushing upside is so damn good, which it is. This has definitely got Pittsburgh Steelers written all over it. Trade back, get some more picks, and go reach for a little bit of Jalen Milroe here at number 24. I do not dislike it whatsoever. Houston Texans, number 25. I'm sticking with my plan, going back to Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State, wide receiver. This one, to me, is one of the easier picks that should come to pass because the Texans, they require reliability at the wide receiver spot. Now no Tank Dell for this season. CJ Stroud needs to definitely get back on track, and I understand offensive line is a massive need here as well, but you get somebody like Ibuka to go with a Nico Collins. He's got this Amon-Ra St. Brown upside in his game, and he's got the utmost familiarity with somebody like CJ Stroud teaming back up with him from his Ohio State days. This is a massive offensive upside pick for these Houston Texans and would give CJ Stroud back a safety blanket that he requires. Number 26, the Los Angeles Rams. They're going to go Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State. Getting Adams to replace Cooper Kupp was a big one, so they should move in the direction of offensive line, protect their aging quarterback, Matthew Stafford, who is held together with bubblegum at this point. I mean, they could definitely continue to add on the defensive side as well, but offensive line seems to be a safe pick for this team. Number 27, Baltimore Ravens, going Malachi Starks, safety from Georgia. There are many ways they could go in this draft. Wide receiver, offensive tackle, more edge rushing presence. But if they go get a Starks, now could you imagine how they're reloading the defensive secondary with one of the top safeties in this draft and then put them together with a Kyle Hamilton with somebody like Starks on the back end? Good Lord, the options and coverage and box play would be endless for Coach Harbaugh as well. Big time get for a Malachi Starks. Number 28, Detroit Lions, James Pierce, edge from Tennessee. And I think, they have their choice at this point for which edge rusher they want. Pierce likely going to fall down the boards due to his off-field issues, but he's very talented, supremely talented, and they require more edge assistance to, keep opposing offenses on their heels. Hutch coming off the injury, adding another guy like Pierce to help, legit pin his ears back and rush the quarterback. It's going to be straight welcome sight here for Motown, getting themselves another big-time edge rushing presence. Donovan, I still can't pronounce this name properly. Under pressure, the edge rusher from Boston College. This guy is so good. Losing Allen, and I mean, they need much needed youth on this defensive side of the football. It's definitely paramount. High-rising team with a Jaden Daniels. Donovan definitely twitched up as well, kind of in that Mike Green category of twitchy ability, provide instant impact, and I mean, he's going to help this ascension on the defensive side while getting younger. Definitely a good sound pick for this Commies defense. Buffalo Bills, Derek Harmon, defensive tackle. Oregon, even though Amos would be the guy, Wall DB could be the pick here as well. You get a guy like Harmon to fall to you at number 30. Big men to block in the defensive front. Brandon Bean would run this pick to the podium himself to make this pick. Adding more of the defensive line assistance, I think, is definitely a welcome sight. The Bills would open arms to get somebody like a Harmon. He is a big man that will help stop the run. Kansas City Chiefs at 31, Kenneth Grant, another defensive tackle, and it could be the Bills taking Grant as well, but if they got Harmon, the Chiefs could go Grant. They could go in different directions as well. Other needs definitely could be met. Offensive line assistance, interior offensive line could help as well, but aging star with Jones, I mean, Grant would definitely add more depth for the rotation. For the Spags defense on this defensive front, Grant would be a definite easy fill-in for these Kansas City Chiefs. And finish it off with the Philadelphia Eagles, Williams, Georgia edge rusher presence. And I mean, to rebuild kind of this defensive front for the guys they lost, we know Howie Roseman loves him some Georgia Bulldogs, and it's likely going to continue in this draft. Seeing Williams on the board at 32 is a gift in his eyes. No question, reuniting him with former teammates the Eagles have on this defensive front already, and it's definitely going to be the UGA Eagles in Philadelphia with all the Georgia Bulldogs that they continue to add. But there you have it. That is my mock draft 3.0 final as we get into draft week. I am so excited. Can't wait to see whose picks are right, whose are wrong. I mean, even if I get anywhere from 5 to 10 picks right, I think that's a pretty big win at this point, but it is going to be exciting. I'm excited. Hope you guys are as well. Drop it in the comments who you think I picking right, who I'm picking wrong, who you want your favorite team to be, and we'll definitely understand this. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments like I'm saying, give me your thoughts, and we'll see you next time. I am out.